Alright, welcome to part 2 of quoting. If you missed part 1, check the description, I'll link it below. I talk about all the gear that I use when quoting, but in this episode, we're going to go into software. Alright, let's go. Now, in the last video, I used Samsung Notes to draw up my quotes, to work out all my quantities. In this episode, we're going to take the quantities from those drawings and put them into a spreadsheet. Alright, so the software I use. Firstly, Google Sheets. Now, Google Sheets is free. It's cloud-based software, so you can access it on any device, and it's super handy for keeping track of a job, adding up all your materials, working out percentages. It's a great piece of software. And like I said, it doesn't cost you any money, so I mean, woo! Alright, so how does this all go together? I'm going to be using this tablet. You could use a computer, you could even use a phone. Let's take a look. Alright, so everything's been worked out. We've got our labor, we got our materials for Shane's at Miranda. So what's next? Now we've got to put it all into the spreadsheet. So I jump out of that, jump into spreadsheets. I've actually made a quote and a costings spreadsheet, and this is where I list everything. I've got my framing timber, post, I've got hardwood, I've got beams, and you can basically fit this out with whatever you want. Once you do that, I've created a different tab here for each job that I do. So if we're building a deck, okay, and here we go. So we've got deck, pergola. Now we need to find all those materials that we just worked out before, enter it into this spreadsheet. So if you hit this button right here, joist, we didn't specify a size, so let's just say there 140 by. Alright, it's really cool. You can actually save some split screen modes in the Galaxy S7 Plus. So I always use Google Sheets and Samsung Notes. So you just hit this and they both fire up right there. There's also a really cool little pop-up calculator that you can sort of move around. So we need to convert all of these numbers into linear meters. So let's work it out. So we've got 13 times 4 is 52 for this column. And then you got 2 at 6, that's 12. And then you got to add the 52 and the 12, so you got 64 linear meters. And I like to make it super obvious that we're doing linear meters here. I go through and work out all my linear meters. 6 at 1.2. 7.2 all up. Color it in so it's nice and obvious. Then when I'm entering all the data, all I need to do is look for these ones, and I know to drop these linear meters into the spreadsheet. Okay, so joist 140 by 45. So here we go, 140 by 45. I know we want 64 meters of that. So 64. And there you go. It's taking the linear meter rate by the amount of linear meters. And it's $608 just here. We can then tick that one off as being entered into the sheet. Then we've got the bear at 240 by 45, 1 at 6 meters. So we just roll down to treated pine, 240 by 45. We just know we need 6 meters of that. So 6, and you've got our total just here. Added our frame up labor of 8 hours. Laying the deck, gonna take another 8 hours, and the handrail is gonna take 5 hours. And there you can see the total. So the materials total is 4,526. So the subtotal of all the materials is $3,546.80. The plus 20 is where you can add your markup on the materials. Some people do 10%, others do 20, others do 15. So the materials total is $4,256. A labor that we've just added down here is now in this row here, and it's $3,940. So that takes the total to $8,196. Now in Australia, we also have GST, which is required. So we've got an additional 10% right here. So there's another $819 cost, which brings the total to $9,015.78. All right, you've worked everything out. You've then got a total cost. What we do with that total cost is move on over to Xero. Xero is accounting software that you can also invoice from. Now, it will cost you money. If you are running a small business, having something like Xero is going to make your life a lot easier come tax time. You could even just pay a bookkeeper a small fee and they will just keep it all in order for you, which is really not a bad idea if you have no idea what you're doing. So you're ready to shoot off a quote in Xero. What I do is type everything up, enter in the amount, print it off as a PDF, and then take it into my Gmail. So when it's time to present my quote, I could just send my quote directly from Xero.
I don't know, I just woke up from a little nap. It's a little dark, but you guys silly? I'm still gonna send it.
And in fact, oftentimes I will, depending on how busy I am. But if I'm getting the vibe from a client that they are a really visual person, then I will actually print that PDF, import it into Gmail, and then I'll drop in some inspiration type pictures while I'm at it. So if we're doing a backyard renovation with some concrete bench tops, a composite decking, I'll get some of those images and I'll put that in the email just so the client knows exactly what I'm thinking. I find that going that extra step is really appreciated by the client. So that's it, that's quoting. That's the hardware and the software. Hopefully I've been a little bit of help to some people out there that are starting out and just trying to figure out how to put all these pieces together. Please like, please subscribe, please show your mates, and yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.